What it do? We're back again. The Grounded Show, the boys. You
Yes,
heard
sir.
me? Yo,
Episode number.
episode I think 141, I believe. I might be incorrect. It might be 142. I know we passed the 140 though.
Yeah. Hey, we're not even keeping count because we're gonna get to 904.
You feel me? You feel me? Hey man, we about to get it jumping with these events, man. We've been talking about it for a little bit. We about to put out some hard dates soon. You
Yeah.
heard me?
Yeah, we're actually preparing for them now.
Yeah, facts. We was getting the details right, and now we ready to go. So definitely keep a lookout for that. But man, we gonna jump right into it because something that I had sent you throughout the week that
Yeah.
just jumped at me when I was scrolling through TikTok was LaRussell, man. LaRussell just recently been doing his rounds because he just signed that deal with Rock Nation. He
Yep.
has that project that he's trying to sell, I think, 100,000 units in pre-orders before he even drops it. So basically, he's just trying to show the power of like being an independent artist and kind of putting the world on notice on what kind of like fan base he has and how he's grinded and everything. So the story with him is pretty cool. But the one detail that he said that really caught me was the Lil Wayne piece, man.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
He had a video where he's basically talking about Lil Wayne never really did anything musically to him that was like an actual good thing for, like, let's say the community or the people that he's serving, you know what I mean? Like the fan base. He was basically saying that a lot of the music was, you know, glorifying the wrong thing. There was not a lot of music outside of Tie My Hands, which is
Yeah.
that song that he did about Hurricane Katrina.
That's really deep for the community.
And it's kind of crazy because, like, it was kind of introspective the way he talked about it because he was talking about it really from the point of view of he was a huge fan and he was super locked in with Lil Wayne. And I'm not saying that he's not a fan anymore, but he was just saying how he even realized, like, dang, this dude really ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even as being a fan.
So I definitely agree to him to some extent, but I also want to take into account how long Wayne's been doing this. You know what I'm saying? In his, how was he? 13, 14, maybe the preteen?
Yeah.
And a lot of their introduction with Cash Money was New Orleans. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, does the longevity of what he's done play a factor of why maybe he thinks he's done enough for that anymore?
I think kind of the way I interpreted what LaRussell was saying is like Lil Wayne, the substance is not really there with the music.
Oh, it's
like,
not there. It's
he's a
definitely
great
there,
rapper.
yeah.
And then when I thought about it, I'm like, and it's funny, man, because it made me think about something Jari's always said. Jari always says, like, he don't hold Lil Wayne on that same pedestal that a lot of people have him on.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same reason, you know what I mean? But me, I understand that, but I'm still a big Lil Wayne fan growing up. Like, it's funny even saying it from the point of view of, like, when I liked Lil Wayne, nobody liked Lil Wayne. Because, like you're talking about, it was when he was really coming up, you know, younger Lil Wayne, Cash Money era Lil Wayne. It still had that real Southern sound.
Yep.
So everybody wasn't really tapped into it.
Everything was New Orleans style.
Facts. And, like, shout out to my boy Jeremy, man. He was one of my homies in Wentworth. Me and him was, like, the only ones that really rocked with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Before Quincy moved in the neighborhood because he was from New Orleans, so he rocked with Lil
N.O.B.
Wayne.
Quincy.
N.O.B., you heard me? But, yeah, when I thought about it, though, I'm like, bruh, Wayne really don't be saying nothing. He just manipulates the words in such a way that you appreciate him as an artist and as a rapper. Like, bro, the way that he's putting together these lines and the punchlines and stuff. But then it made me think of this, bro. Is he really that good when all he's really doing is just writing from any perspective? Because all his music is just random. Like, a lot of it doesn't even have any, like, value to it. So he's really rapping about, you know, kind of like the dumbest things. So it's like when you're really opening your palette to, like, being able to say anything, really, is it really like you're that much better than everybody? You know what I mean? Like, just being devil's advocate.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough being a Wayne fan like outside of all the projects, which ones meant the most out of his project, in your opinion? What was the most important series of his projects?
So I will answer that for sure, but I want to preface it by saying this. I feel like all of this also is like unfairly happening to Lil Wayne because
yeah, that's what I'm trying to navigate
he
around.
didn't even get he didn't get the Super Bowl thing.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, the whole thing about Lil Wayne has been like he don't get no respect. So like people are just like kind of like attaching to that angle, and like that's the story of him right now.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, for me, it's the Carter one.
No, that's what I'm saying. What series? The Carter
The
series.
Carter for sure. The Carter
The
one.
Carter.
Carter 1 and 3 are probably my favorites, but the
no,
Carter
but
1 is
the
my
Carters should be his elite out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Carters. Like when is the Carter dropping? That is something that's anticipated.
And he rapped his ass off on all the Carters.
Yeah, but this Carter 6, that was terrible to me.
Yo, the Carter 6 was a tough listen,
Yeah.
bro.
I felt like it was something that he listened to what's out there. He took all the features that he was on that he did well with, and he just dropped a song that sounded like it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you really... Artists, and this is kind of like a thing I have with Fabulous too, man. Like, there's certain artists that when you put them in a space where you're like, yo, just create something timeless...
Yeah.
They really can't give it to you.
They can't do that anymore.
Which that's not even a knock because, bro, like only a few artists in the history of music, period, have that sound. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even. It sounds harsh, but it's like with music, bro. It's one of those things, and I heard this in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Like they compared it to like cigars. Like comedians, cigars, and music is one of those things that like when you wanna enjoy it, you want to enjoy it in the highest form.
Yeah.
You don't want a okay cigar.
Yeah.
You want the Cuban cigar. You know what I'm saying?
The best cup of coffee.
Exactly. You want the best cup of coffee. You want to go watch, you want to spend $200 to see Kevin Hart. You don't want to see the local comedian. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I get that part of music, but I also understand how hard that is. You know what I'm saying? And for me, Lil Wayne is just one of those where he's just a super dope rapper. And as far as just like the rapping part of it, he mastered it.
Yeah.
Because he raps in a way where like him doing these punchlines and playing with the flow the way he does, it comes off dope. Like when Lil Wayne does it, it's dope. When a lot of other rappers do it, you're like, dang, they're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he found that balance of like, I'm still rapping, but people vibe with it. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly how I feel about Carter 6. Like, the way he still maneuvers around his lyrics and he's rapping, it's something pretty much Wayne is one of the only few artists that can do it, and he's still good at it. But what is he even saying? Like, he's not even... he's
facts.
doing it well, but he's just regurgitating a bunch of stuff that he's probably already rapped about that... It's just a theme.
It's just manipulating vocabulary. You
Which,
know what
like I said, he's still good at. He's still one of the best at it. But I would put Eminem in the same thing. Where people like, he doesn't even rap about much anymore.
Facts,
but he's still good lyricist that can flip words and rhymes and the cadence and the vowel sounds and all of that. He's still really good at rapping as a lyricist. But he's not even. You're not even saying nothing.
And it's like listening to rap for like the face value of the rap is something you grow out of, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like most people, that's something that when you're a teenager in your early 20s, like when you got you got the time for it, that's when you're really listening to stuff and like judging the lyrical ability and what they saying. And it's kind of like the same thing with like the J. Cole album. Like he dropped that album. He dropped the freestyles before, and the freestyles, I wasn't impressed because it's the same kind of thing we talked about with Wayne. Like, I know you're good at playing with the words, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to do that, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, like, he got new punchlines. Like, I'm past that, bro. Like, I'm trying to hear, like, I was really looking forward to the album, you know what I mean? But even the album is something that I haven't really had a chance to really dive into.
Yeah,
because
I haven't heard it at all.
An hour and 41 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it started, like you said, with that country John, and I was like,
oh yeah, bro. When that little country
was like,
song
what
started
is
in the
this?
intro, that was like, I let it run for like 30 seconds. I skimmed through it to make sure I wasn't missing like a long intro or something. And when I realized it was just that, I played the second song. I don't even really remember it, and I haven't gone back to it since, bro.
Exactly the same
And I'm
as
not
me.
even like a person that doesn't like J. Cole.
Yeah.
I'm like either way on him. Like early J. Cole, where people was like, yo, he was the man. That wasn't my era. Like I was like still listening to other stuff, and I wasn't one of those. I was like too into like Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, B.O.B., like that era of like the new school that came in. But that
Like
specific
backpack
lineup,
rappers,
yeah, exactly. That specific lineup, it was like, this is cool, but you know, I like what J. Cole like matured into, like 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah, that's my favorite
You know what I
J. Cole,
mean?
yeah.
Like that, you know,
KOD.
a good amount of Born Sinner. Yeah, KOD. KOD was a dope one. There was like that stretch where I was like, yo,
Yeah.
all this J. Cole is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Born
But-
Sinner still, oh man.
But I would say I'm like 50-50 on his library.
yeah,
You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
the same way. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that the new joint is bad. It's just I haven't really had the time to like really dive into it in a way where I'm like, all right, you know. I mean, I look at it like this too, man. Like even Michael Jackson, you know, Thriller, he gave you 9 songs, bro. Like I don't remember if it was 8 or 9, but it was like not that many songs, dog. Like you don't need. To a certain point, man, like Chris Brown did this a few years ago too.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
His name was, I was getting ready to shift
But you know
over
what
to
I
Chris.
mean, bro?
I was
It's like-
getting ready to shift
It's
over to
exactly
Chris
that,
Brown.
bro. Like, I'm a huge Chris Brown fan, but when you tell me you dropping 40 songs, I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, like I don't even know what to, you know, what am I gonna listen to? How do I listen to these joints without like tiring my ear out?
Yeah.
Like, how do you pick which? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much, bro.
Yeah. And I think timing is everything. We are in a climate where timing is everything as far as what the state of the world is in, or the state of even our country and our, you know, our day to day, what we live in, what's important. And I think like when you got stuff like Ice and all this other stuff going, I feel like rappers take advantage to drop some deep, thoughtful shit. And,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's
some
crazy, man, because like even
important-
my son
yeah.
has been asking me stuff about like political things and the
Yeah.
ICE thing. And
Yeah, I'm
he's-
trying to watch so we don't get blacklisted on IG.
He's mentioned like little things that people have told him at school. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. Even like everything that went down with the Super Bowl, you know, and how like polarizing that thing was. Even leading into like the All-Star Weekend, you know, like the NBA is looked at as like a left-leaning league, so there's a certain energy from a crowd because they're not taking it as basketball.
Yeah.
They're taking it as like, oh, these are people with a viewpoint, so I'm already pissed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like the NBA has been like in this weird space, especially since like the bubble year, and they really, really, really got into a lot of like political activism and stuff. And I'm not saying anything about it specifically either way, like, you know, for it, against it, whatever. I'm just saying that happened, and they pretty much put a target on their back from like
They are.
another crowd, the people that are not with the kind of stuff the NBA is with. And it's been like this little weird kind of mainstream energy for the NBA.
Yep. There's a lot of people that own networks. There's a lot of people that control the media. That's why this is the last year that the Super Bowl's on NBC.
Yep.
It's shifting to ESPN for the first
And
time.
even like the NFL, like the numbers been going up. The NBA numbers been declining. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that they're, you know, trying to kind of move towards is like bringing the fun back of All-Star Weekend. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to kind of figure out what's going on with the tanking situation, what's going on with, you know, just having more competitive regular season, you know. Like as an NBA fan, you get to a point, you've watched so much NBA that you already know, like, I'm not going to dedicate my time watching these games when I see that they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting guys that are healthy. You know, the guys that are playing, they're not giving it their all because it's like, yo, you know, we don't necessarily need to win this game. You know, that they're not. It is, and I'm not saying that the players are at fault because I feel like, man, 82 games, that's a lot of games,
that
bro.
is, yeah.
Like, that's an insane amount of
There's
games.
a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of traveling.
And with the pace that the NBA is now, like that's one thing from back in the day till now. Like they weren't covering as much ground as they are now. It's not even like an opinion, it's a fact. Like they're running a lot more in the NBA
Fast
game now
breaks.
than they were before. So obviously they're gonna get hurt more.
Yep.
So you either gotta slow the pace of the game back down, or you gotta reduce the amount of regular season games. But the thing with the regular season games is they don't want to lose that revenue.
Yeah.
Because if you're going from, let's say, 82 games to what I think would be perfect is like maybe like 48 games.
Yep.
That's a stretch because I don't think they will go down that much. You know what I mean? But like, if they, let's say they go down to like 60, cut out 22 games. Bro,
It would make a big difference.
22 games, 30 teams. You know how much money they're missing out on with that, bro? But my argument is, how much money will they be gaining by making the game more must-see and having more
Bringing
eyes
the
when
back,
it's out? You
bringing
know what
the
I mean?
players back who want to. And that, honestly, that's what I feel like the All-Star Weekend has turned into, like award shows in the music industry. Like I feel like a lot of artists are like, this ain't for us.
Yeah, they don't care no more.
Like this is for y'all. This ain't for us. Like we do not care about this stuff. And there's because of the way, you know, the league is, and like they're like, bro, if we could have a week and a half off, I'm taking it.
Yep, and
Like,
even
because
going
there's
like
not enough that you're doing to make me want to do this.
yeah, and even bringing the parallel to the Grammy thing, it's like the Grammys, they don't pay you to go out there, they don't pay you to perform. It's like you're doing all that on your own dime.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're, you know, if you got it like that, you got it like that. But even some people that got it like that, they still don't want to go through all the trouble of doing all this stuff for something that you're basically doing for free.
And the people that are voting for people who like nobody agrees.
Yeah,
as
you
far
don't
as
you
the
don't want to
fan
spend
base.
100 G's to go out to Grammy weekend to get Kendrick Lamar when Macklemore beat him for album of the year. Like imagine you spent 50 G's on that weekend for Macklemore to beat you on album of the year. Like insane, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things with All-Star Weekend where like the players don't have the incentive and they're all like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to look stupid. So they're not even trying. But dog, this All-Star Weekend.
No, there's the All-Star game. I won't say All-Star Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yo, All-Star Weekend, trash.
Yeah.
Trash, bro. First of all, like, I'm confused as why Damian Lillard is even in the three-point contest. Like, he hasn't even played a game this year. Like, it just kind of, like, catches you off guard. Like, first of all, isn't this, like, a reward to, like, the players that have been shooting lights out during the season? You know what I mean? Like, nothing against Damian Lillard, great player.
Yeah,
but
of
it's
course.
like, bro, like, the people that have been grinding this season on the court, putting up threes, those are the dudes that should, you know,
big
be
time.
part of that. You know what I'm saying?
And there are plenty of shooters like that out there.
And then that was kind of crazy.
The dunk contest was
dunk
trash.
contest was insanely bad, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I could have went and did better layups. That's how bad the
It was
dunk
like when
contest
Daryl
was.
Armstrong did that one layup for the dunk contest.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like, you can't get the people out here like Anthony Edwards, John Moran, these people. Is John Moran injured right now?
Nah.
Yeah. But these people who are out
No,
there
I think he is injured actually. Yep,
the
he
people
is.
who are out there dunking like crazy, like, and you can't
Bro,
convince them to come out here
The
and
dunk contest has been just straight
Wemby, bro. Imagine Wemby in the
straight
dunk
up
contest.
disrespectful the last like 10 years.
That's why they had to get what's his name, the white boy,
Mac McClung from the G League. And then he put out his own video of like the dunks I would have
that would have won. Yeah,
Bruh, either get rid of the dunk contest period
Yeah.
and replace it with something else, or like make good players be part of it, like or like make them have to like jump from a certain line or you know what I mean, like like change the way the thing is played. But it's like, dog.
but I also think like we need like either, you know, because Ant said that he gave the All-Star Week and everything because of Wemby. Like, he followed Wemby, and he's like, let's make this weekend something.
I'm glad you said that.
If one of them choose to participate, and then all the rest of the players, like, okay, let's go turn this into something what it used to be. You know?
Wemby set the tone with the competitiveness, but you can tell like Jokic coming off an injury, Luka coming off an injury, they was like, nah, like we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always think about it, and I found out recently that they don't do this anymore. But I always thought about it like the MLB. Make it East versus West, and whoever wins gets home court advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only like I didn't care anything about baseball, but if I caught the All-Star game while it was on, the way they shot it, and then also they letting you know, yo, there's stakes to this game, bro. I don't care about baseball. But the fact that there was real stakes to the All-Star game and these dudes was legit playing that game like it was a real game when it came to the last innings, bro, that was different, bro. And with the NBA All-Star weekend, bro, it's like this is a privilege and you should want to be like showing yourself against the best players in the world. I understand it's not the end goal, but there's got to be a middle ground where players are like I feel like they kind of found it this year with like breaking the games into quarters. You know what I mean? Like
I will say though, I think this USA versus the world theme structure that they had this time built off USA winning the Olympics. And how close it came to the other team. So I think they all wanted to say
that world element was like a good idea.
We're still. I don't know how long that's gonna last though. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's gonna be as relevant. I don't know. I don't know if the players are gonna care. Like, all right, y'all won the Olympics. Y'all beat us last year. I don't care to do this again.
Yeah, and then you can even see this year, Jokic didn't care, Luka didn't care. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But dog, Kawhi, bro. He went on the insane heater, bro.
Yeah.
That was an insane watch live. I even caught it afterwards, like in like a recap video, and it still was insane watching the recap, bro.
But that is Kawhi who he is, but it's like you don't get the Kawhi year round, and that's why it wasn't shocking. It was surprising that we got to see it in the All-Star game, I think.
It kind of like makes you mad of what could be if he wasn't injured as much as he is, you know what I mean?
Imagine you play like that year round, bro.
And that's why like people think I'm crazy, bro, but I always say like a healthy Kawhi is the best player in the league because you see the way he impacts a game and the way he imposes his will, bro, that is like prime LeBron, prime MJ, prime Dwayne Wade, like prime
There's nobody
Kobe.
in his class right now who could take over a game the way he does in his class.
Literally.
And I'm talking about like draft class at his age.
And I'll even say like somebody like a Jokic, bro. Like his size kind of like impedes him from really like stretching the floor. Like let's say game on the line. Jokic doesn't have as deep a bag as Kawhi has. You know what I'm saying? Like Kawhi is like the end of the game, bro. He can get you any kind of shot.
Jokic can't pull it from the corner, fall out of bounds, and let it.
Exactly, like bro, it's one of those things too, bro, where it's like it's a pleasure to watch, man. Like
it was. I enjoyed it, bro. I was actually like, wow, and like I was never a hater. I was never a huge fan. But it reminded me how much I enjoyed watching games that he was in. It reminded me, I'm like, damn, Kawhi's nice,
it really just let us know how much we're like, we were kind of robbed of like more of that. Yeah. Just through the injuries and stuff.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I was like, bruh, I would love to see this a full season.
Nah, for real, man. Like a constant barrage of that would have been insane, man. Yeah. It's even like Wade, too. Like, Wade was insane when he was in his prime, but a lot of that was cut short with injuries because it's like, to a certain point, bro, when you're giving so much, like your body's gonna betray you at some point, you know.
But not for LeBron though.
But hey,
he still hooped.
He still did. But could you say that LeBron gave his body like in a series? Like, cause that was the knock on him in the beginning, bro. That he wasn't giving his all. Like, I'm gonna
2016 Cleveland and Warriors. That's where.
No, for sure. By then, for sure. But that was the knock early in his career. Like,
okay.
Early in his career.
No, you said if he ever did it, yes, he's done it. But early in his career, I don't know. No, I don't know. The early Cleveland years, I don't think it was worth it to him. The Heat, when they lost to the Mavs and the Spurs. I don't think he did. I don't think he did until he went back to Cleveland. I think that's when he started like just sacrificing every little last drop he had. And no, the Heat.
I would say, yeah.
The Heat, I give him maybe the last
I
Heat
remember
series.
On that Heat team, he was doing it a little towards the end in Cleveland, but like on that Heat team, he was jumbo with centers. He was guarding centers. He was like.
That's when they had a meme where he was looking up when it was down, and he was in that take over. So I would say that towards the end of his Heat career, that's when he finally turned it up to prime LeBron. I think that was prime LeBron.
Yeah, and bro, that's the funny thing when we talk about LeBron too, and we'll kind of just wrap up with this is like people always they want to hate on him so bad,
Yeah.
bro. Like we don't. I mean, you think he's the best player ever. I don't think he's the best player ever. But we don't ever really even push that narrative. We just talk
Yeah.
about him from the point of view of like what he's doing and like just historically seeing it. And people don't even like giving him props, bro.
No.
It's like regardless how you feel about him personally, for you to be like not giving him his props as like an NBA player and what he's done in his career is insane, bro.
And you know it's crazy. Like I've always liked Kobe. I wasn't like his biggest fan ever, but once he left the league, and then you just saw montage after montage of how great he was, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, my thing with Kobe was just he was an op all the time because I'm a Spurs fan, bro.
yeah, that's
so he
true.
was just an op.
But you
every
know,
year,
you
bro.
don't know what you missed out on until it's gone, and I feel like that's gonna be big time for everyone at when LeBron retires.
Yeah, I get what you're saying because like so many people hate him for no reason. Like
Yeah.
they hate him like because of like off the court
And they still
stuff
gotta watch
or
him.
like and it's like, bro, why you can't just enjoy that he's hooping? Like regardless of how you feel, he's hooping. Like it's crazy, man. LeBron is super polarizing, bro, and it kind of goes back to what we said earlier about like the political thing kind of going into basketball. LeBron is very clear of like which side of the aisle he's on.
Yeah.
And that is automatically going to cut half your audience. You know what I mean?
He's managed that well.
It goes back to that thing that Jordan said, you know, like which he said he never said.
Yeah.
But, you know, Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yep.
You know, they Jordan said he never said that, but it's like the way people kind of viewed him. Like,
they perceived
he
it
just
that
kind
way.
of stayed in the middle because he didn't want to piss off anybody because he was such a global brand. So
They did it smart.
It's a lot of layers to it, man, and it's just funny seeing how people react whenever we talk about it, man.
Yep. You think? Let's close it out with you think he's retiring this year? I think no. I think
he got one more year
Yeah.
and maybe two of let me take a reduced role.
Yeah.
Because I think he
Well,
can,
his contract's up.
yeah.
This year. So.
I think he can stay and be like a 15-point a game type of guy, maybe a 12-point a game type of guy with less minutes. You know, it depends on. I feel like it just depends on his mindset of like, does he want to be contributing to a title team to get a ring, or does he still want to be the focal point?
Bro, here's my take: pay cut, D. Mitch, James Harden, final Cavs run, close out his career with a championship. Tell me that's not a squad.
Nah, people talking about that.
Tell me
one,
that's
man.
not a squad,
They already
though.
got a squad now, and if they can get LeBron on like a veteran minimum or something, that'd be kind of scary, bro.
I love that as his closeout year.
Yeah.
Get his 5th ring, close his hand out.
We're going to see what happens, man. All we want to know is if LeBron is going to stay butter.